Okay, we live in the crib, vibing with Vito. I got my dog in the building, man.
Sir.
Fresh off a tour?
Yeah. Well,
you still on tour?
Halfway.
Halfway.
Yeah.
Halfway.
But we done for this semester right now. So
for sure?
Yeah.
How you feeling, man?
I feel great, man. Blessed. Really happy and excited about everything that's coming forward. So yeah, I feel splendid.
That's dope. So 2023 is almost over with.
Yeah.
Going into 2024, man, you know what I mean? How was your year? You know what I mean? What were some of the accolades that you had, this year? You know what I mean? What you looking to do next year?
Honestly, well, like we talked about the tour. That's my first time ever going on tour for real.
Did you headline it? Was it just you on tour or were you on tour with other people?
It was just me, but it were certain stops where there were other artists. Yeah, it was, yeah.
So this was your tour?
Yeah.
Nigga, that's fire. Damn, that's hard. That's hard.
But yeah, so that, that's probably one of the main highlight of the year. And I finally dropped another album.
For sure.
I hadn't dropped an album since 2016. So
right.
It was my first album I dropped since then. And beyond that, bro, I dropped so much music. I literally put a song out every 2 weeks for the whole year 2023.
Was that the Squalla Saturdays that you were doing and stuff like that? Or
well, no, those was just freestyles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something else. But
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. I really was just look, this year I'm about to just hit them with a bunch of shit.
Facts.
Because I didn't used to drop a lot before, and it's just what I'm holding this for. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I mean, with content coming out so frequent, you know what I mean? It's the world, the era of the internet. You know what I mean? You gotta just flood them folks. You know what I mean?
Forget about you quick.
Did you so where did you get that concept from? Because I know Lil Wayne is one of your inspirations too.
Yeah.
Wayne used to be dropping kind of crazy like that too.
For sure.
Was that one of the reasons you kind of was let me just flood the city, flood the streets with the content?
Well, it was definitely part of something that inspired it. Just seeing people have those type of runs like Wayne or the run Future had, and those were just those specific moments, but they still going. You know what I mean? So it's I just feel like I'm gearing up for one of them runs. You know what I mean? But before you even get to that point, you got to build that shit up. So,
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. So you from Texas, right?
Yeah.
So did you come to Atlanta right after that? Because I know recently you just moved to the West Coast, right?
Well, I actually been on the West Coast for 7 years now.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I moved out there. It's actually about to be 7 years in a couple weeks.
What's the difference on the in the music scene from the West Coast coming from where you coming from down south? You know what I mean?
Well, for one, Houston is just different.
Facts.
It's like a world of its own. So
only been one time.
Yeah, and the way people are out there, and just Texas as a whole, it's so big. There are rappers that are big in Texas and not really, not they don't have fans elsewhere.
They don't have to leave.
Base,
you can go platinum in Texas.
Yeah, and they do. And they stay booked up all week, and you can really build a solid career and a solid fan base and make good money being independent also. But the difference for me was I knew I wasn't coming with the traditional Houston sound or style.
That swanging type.
Yeah, it's some of that naturally incorporated in my music because I'm from Houston, but that's not really the type of music that I make, So I just kind of seen a need to just
venture out.
Yeah, and just go to different places because before I moved out there, I almost moved here.
Damn, shit, nigga, I thought you lived here at first until she sent me the bio. I was like, shit, I thought you was here. What I mean? Okay.
Just be popping in and, Atlanta's still one of the biggest hubs for hip hop, you know what I'm saying? If not the biggest hub, actually. It has been for a while. So you definitely got to do your thing here, and brush shoulders and fuck with people out here. And even just the vibe and energy. One thing I like about Atlanta when I first started coming here was everybody working.
Facts.
I used to be in Houston, and it's changing. Niggas is getting more active, but on the music tip, I used to be struggling to find a session or to get somebody, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't find an engineer because it's only 3 engineers in the whole city that you know what I'm saying was legit.
Yeah, that you rock with.
Yeah. So coming out here, I'm going to 3 different studios in one day. I'm like, damn, these niggas is getting to it. And everybody was working with everybody. And I love to see that. That's it. Like I said, Houston is changing, it's getting better since I left, but just the way it's always been, there's always been a divide between artists for whatever reason. So yeah.
So how did you know that, did you always know that music was your calling? Or was it just something that you kind of tried and you was like, damn, I like this shit. You know what I mean?
I love that shit from the jump.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't always want to be a rapper though. Like I wanted to be a rapper early, but before that, this is mad random. I wanted to be a comedian when I was a kid.
Okay, shit, that is kind of like different, but not as dope.
Yeah, but I still plan to like get into that at
you
some
can put
point.
that in your music though, kind of like you can, you know, comical. I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I do. Even
yeah.
if you watch my videos, I do a lot of like I'll wear costumes and play different characters and shit like that. You know,
because I like recently like kind of like going back to like how videos are like back in the day.
Yeah.
The baby kind of does that now, like you know, entertains like Ludacris used to entertain.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
that's honestly like one of my biggest influences too.
Ludacris.
Yeah, like
that's
if you like really like listen to the way I rap and the like even like with my visuals and shit, it's really more Ludacris than Wayne.
That's hard.
Like honestly, that was my biggest influence for real growing up. But like, you know, Wayne just came and took over.
Yeah, the lyrical side would probably be like like the influence.
Like I
Wayne,
never heard nobody rap this good.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So how did you link with Swineback?
Man.
One of the best managers in the game, by the way.
Sure.
Not because she's in here, but
yeah. One of the best people in the game, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
She's good at like everything that she does. I met her. I actually performed at an event she did when she first got to LA.
Okay.
With Fresh.
Okay.
Short Dog, shout out to bro. He we had this song that we used to do. Like if I did a show, we do it together. You know, vice
so
versa.
y'all already cool. You and Short Dog,
like first since I was like 19 years old.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Rocking for a minute.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's big bro for real. But like,
that's dope.
Yeah, we just had this song that we used to do because it just had a lot of energy. So like he was performing at her event, and you know, he brought me out with him, and then we kind of connected. And then just over time, because we lived like right down the street from each other. So we started like, you know, saying. It's crazy because we ran into each other a couple times and then COVID hit, so like everybody was inside.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
You had to get creative with COVID, bro. When it came down to doing music,
crazy.
You had to get creative.
It was crazy, but we did make a lot of music, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, stay on the subject, me and I call her D Money, but you know what I'm saying? We ended up just like just really getting cool just from like I said, just being around the same people and like just being in NoHo and just, you know what I'm saying, just being on the same frequency. Like we actually was just on some cool shit. Like just, we would all just be kicking it at her crib or at our crib or, you know, just somewhere, you know what I'm saying? For a while before she became my manager.
That's dope.
Know what I mean?
For her to manage you, like that's big, bro. Because she don't really fuck with everybody.
Yeah. I had a lot of people.
Nah,
like,
that's dope. That's dope.
Which one I'm like,
that's big, bro.
Yeah, for sure. She definitely has been a difference maker in this whole thing. And you know, now we've like it's been like a couple years now, so just over time we've become fucking business partners and everything. So yeah.
That's hard. 2016 you dropped Anxiety, right? So like what were some of the breakthrough songs, or was the whole project just like an instant success?
Man, it was a little bit of both.
Right.
Like I had started buzzing in the city like from dropping freestyle.
This was in back home or
okay, all
right,
this
for sure.
I moved.
For sure.
Really like it was like end of 2015. Like I started dropping freestyles, like just rapping on niggas beats.
Right.
You know, cause like I didn't have like original beats. Niggas wasn't like, you know, all these producers. I had partners that was producers, but you know, I wasn't really rapping like that. So they was like, man, they wasn't about to be playing. These niggas got records with, you know what I'm saying? Artists that's really moving. So like I started dropping these freestyles and it just started making noise, you know what I mean, just around the city. And I was already known just from being outside all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we was always in the clubs and shit. So they'd be playing our shit. And then I started dropping like original music.
Right.
Then I dropped the project and it just went crazy. But I did have a couple songs. Shout out to my nigga June James, by the way, because he made like half of that first project.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And that was On Love. Like that's really like my bro too. You know what I'm saying? We've been kicking this since like 2009. Like it's like really been rocking for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So he gave me I did a joint called Every Day. That was like the first original song I ever put out, and people was fucking with it. And I dropped the video, they was fucking with it. And I did one called Hold Up.
Okay.
And yeah, that shit.
I think I seen you perform that one, bro.
Yeah, I did that shit a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And I also it was one that really changed. It was called Freezer.
Okay.
We ain't gonna get into that, but I just saw Call Freezer back in 2016.
Right.
And that shit kind of, you know what I'm saying, went up with Fresh and Beezy. So, yeah, that was a good look. That was, shout out to Ramy, too. He made that beat.
So, back in the day, it used to be more like hand-to-hand, like, promotion in terms of that. Like, I kind of miss that, like, that era, too, because I feel like you would meet more people. You had a reason to go out, you know what I mean? Now it's just like, all right, we on the internet with it. We got to stay consistent right here, you know what I mean? But, like, I feel like that's what the game is kind of missing. Like, you know what I mean? Just like going to different places, networking. Really that's why, you know, shout out to Swanback's platform and everybody else that got platform, like actual platforms that you can go and like meet different artists. And
we need more of that.
Facts.
We need more of that because that's how you discover the real talent. Because like, you know, it's so many people, and it's not to knock anybody. It's a lot of people that are just like very good at manipulating algorithms.
Yeah. I was gonna get into that. Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of bots and different things like that. It's kind of hard to differentiate like what's real and what's fake. But like with your fan base, you literally out here like feet the pavement, like you know what I mean, doing what you do. Outside. So like
we touch these people in
that's
real life.
Facts. What's one of the craziest moments you had on tour so far? This nigga gonna say some crazy shit. I can already tell.
Because these kids are pretty crazy.
Matter of fact, before we even do that, what cities like have you already been to on like the first legs of the tour?
We did Texas A&M twice.
Dope.
College Station.
Dope.
We did Florida State.
Okay.
And I want to say Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Tallahassee, and we did Arizona and Tucson, which was crazy. Michigan State, that's Lansing.
For sure. So you doing all colleges?
Like, yeah, it's all colleges.
That's hard, bro.
Yeah, it's
that's
all
dope.
colleges. And it's like, man, these kids are so turned up, ready to party. Even before the show, like I'll be at sound check, and, you know, it's like it'd be a lot of like frats and shit.
Right.
So like it'll be like at sound check, they already drunk. They already turned up.
This nigga said already drunk.
Yeah, you got these is college kids.
Yeah,
they start drinking at 10 in the morning.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So by the time it's
wild
10
life.
PM,
that's a wild ass life.
It's lit. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I ain't gonna lie. I do that sometimes still. so you know, but like, yeah, they already be ready, man. They just pumped up like, let's fucking go. We gonna have a good time tonight.
Facts.
It's gonna be lit. But
craziest
I ain't gonna
moment.
lie. Some of the craziest shit, I wouldn't even say it's crazy. It's just funny because like they so young, you know what I'm saying, and just ready to like, you know, some of these motherfuckers is 17, 18 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like they just loved everything about what's going on. And then, you know, when I come to put on a show, I'm gonna put on a show.
Facts.
Like you gonna remember this shit after you leave tonight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even for the ones that weren't familiar with me prior to the set.
Now you like develop like fans, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That's dope, bro, cause like you meeting your fans like right then and there. Like
exactly.
so like man, that's
they
dope
gonna
as
rock
hell.
they gonna rock with you, you know what I'm saying, forever. And you know, like one thing about me is I always make sure like I don't be on no shit like just trying to be like in and out. Like, now we gonna make sure we stay
and mingle.
Stay for we done fucked around and went out with them after a couple times. You know, like just kicking it. Even like at the frat house, just partying with them for a little bit.
Right.
You know, just hanging out with them, like just really fucking with them and having real conversations too.
Right.
Because these are people. You know, we're all people at the end of the day. So like most of the time, we just want to know like somebody understand us, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Or can feel like how we feel about something.
Facts.
You feel me? And that's why I do this shit. Like, that's why I love being on tour and connecting with them, because at the end of the day, like, it really reminds you, like, why you even want to be an artist,
you
know what I'm saying, or creator in the beginning, because you want somebody to feel what you felt, you know what I'm saying, at a moment. So, yeah. But one and this kind of actually falls in line with this. It was one kid, man. It was like after the show, we just talking, and he was just like so like happy, you know what I'm saying, and just loved it. He was like almost crying. He was like, "I love you, man."
Bro, that's dope, bro. Yeah. I mean, it's dope. I mean, I know you laughed like hell when you left,
but funny, like, you know, I love that and I appreciate it. I told him I love you too, man. He's like, I'm so glad I met you. Like, bro, it's love. You know, we rocking, like, and that, like I said, like
shit like that to make you want, that make you want to just keep on going. You know what I mean?
And you know, even just connecting with some of these young kids who, like, you know, they're in school, but like, shit, even us, we as like grown adults, we ain't got this shit figured out. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
So like they be like, they look at us like we got it all figured out, and I'm like, no, my nigga, I'm still learning just like
Hell
you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
still putting in that work for sure.
Yeah, so I love that. You know what I mean? Just for them to be able to see, I feel like if I can inspire somebody the way seeing rappers inspired me, then that's cool.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. So you said you just dropped the album too as well, right?
Yeah, I dropped the EP like last month. That's
okay.
What she said.
So let's talk about the EP, man. You know what I mean? Some of your favorite vibes off the EP.
Man,
I know you probably like the whole shit, but what would you say? Like, if someone is just now like finding out about you, like what would be the song that you would be like, all right, this is the introduction. Like this is what I would want people to remember. You know what I mean?
I would say the first song. It's called Expectations.
Dope.
Produced by my boy Xavier. Well, really, Wave guy Xavier and Mr. Wilson. Well, Wave Runners. These niggas done changed they alias, but it's called Expectations, and it's like. For me, I like it personally because it's like I'm a rapper. You know, I rap. So it's just like that song is like super R&B. You know what I mean? So it's like just the opposite of just like my roots as an artist. Or how, you know what I'm saying, for lack of better terms. But like, yeah, that's definitely one. And just the type of feedback that I always get from it, even before it came out, I was like, oh shit, this is cool. You know, and that's part of what made me realize like, damn. Maybe I can put a little thing together, you know.
So the whole project was basically like all around that same type of music. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, because we were kind of just experimenting in the studio because like, well, lately since being on tour, I'm not in the studio as much, but before that, I'm in the studio like every day.
I was going to ask you that. Like, yeah,
all night, like for the last...
Do you write or you just freestyle a lot of time? Or you got the punch-in game down pat?
A little bit of everything.
For sure.
It depends on the record. And what we talking about, like, if we just going in having fun and we drunk or whatever, then, like, I'll just say what I'm thinking in the moment. But if I feel like I got to really talk about something, like, you know what I mean, and have some, or if I just feel like, okay, I got to go crazy on this verse, then I'll take my time and write that shit.
That's dope.
Yeah, I have songs that I've done whole songs in 5 minutes, and I done took months to finish a song.
Damn, okay, that's dope. So being around artists like from the likes of like Sari and Pacquiao and stuff like that, like how does that make you feel in terms of like, okay, I gotta go hard, like, you know what I mean? Because you see Sari got plaques, you know what I mean? These niggas doing their thing and shit like that, and just being in that surrounded by them, like how does that make you feel in terms of like shit like that?
It's really like, honestly, it's crazy because it's funny you said that because I like do not fuck with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like doing music with niggas. Like, so like, if I even like want to do a song with anybody, like, I really respect, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo shit. Cause like, and them niggas hard. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Like, honestly, of course, you know what I'm saying? Schweinbeck ain't about to co-sign no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, you around some heavy hitters, you know what I mean? And like you doing your thing too as well. I would think that would motivate you too. Like,
always. It's definitely great to be aligned with greatness, you know what I'm saying, and be on the same frequency as some unicorns, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, like,
for sure.
And even like, you know, like my people in LA, like Mike Zombie and friends, like, we all keep each other sharp, you know, and that's the importance of for one, being honest with each other.
Facts.
Because I remember the first time I sent Sayari a song, he was like, nah, we could do something better.
That sound like some shit he'd say.
And I appreciate that, though. You know what I'm saying?
He'd be like, nah, that's whack B.
Yeah,
that's
when bro did get something that he was fucking with, like, you know what I'm saying, make sure you let me know, like,
that's
yo,
dope.
I'm fucking with that. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying, it's a good song. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to fuck with nobody who's going to just do it just because, like, if you ain't feeling it. Because I know, I was just talking about that, like, I done turned down verses, like, for money. Like, if I don't feel it.
That's big right there, because a lot of people would just take the money just to do it, and they don't care about the song. The song could be ass, like, you know what I mean? They'll just do it just for the money. So that's respect.
Yeah,
that's
we're not
bro.
doing that. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, you got to live and die with this. Even when you gone, everything that you put your name on or, like, you know what I'm saying, aligned yourself with, it's still gonna exist. You know what I'm saying? At least the idea of it, and so it can't be erased. Once you do some shit and it's out there, it can't be erased. That's why I like, even with like any type of product, or shout out to Avion Tequila, by the way.
Okay.
Any type of product.
Go ahead and shout it out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got I don't know if y'all can see it, but yeah, so any type of anything, if I like do any, like, whether it's like a clothing brand, any type of product, liquor or anything, I'm not finna like endorse or like
something
push
that you
nothing
don't
that I'm not
with.
really fucking with.
So if you didn't like the way this tastes, you ain't even finna really.
Nah, that's part of the reason we even like, cause we actually done had like, I'm gonna just say, conversations with a couple of different, you know what I'm saying, brands, some like dark liquor and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to be on stage drinking. I'm not about to say no name. I'm not drinking no dark shit on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't
why
really
would you
drink.
say?
Like,
Oh, okay.
I don't drink, like, I drink tequila.
Right.
So like, for me, cause and I know people will do that like for the money or whatever, but like, or whatever, like, but nah, it's like Kanye West talking about Lady Gaga with cameras, like, what the fuck does she know about cameras?
Right. Bro, that shit was so funny, bro.
For real though, like, I'm not finna just be out here looking crazy, cause I like one person that I really look up to is Rick Ross, like career wise, and he's like, you know, like the biggest branding marketing genius,
right?
And I remember him saying that one time, like, part of the reason why it's so easy for him to do that is because
he
believes
with
in everything.
He believes in the product.
Pushing, you know what I'm saying?
So do you have products and stuff too as well? Like, do you have like your own like brand in terms of like,
oh yeah,
like, you know, merch and shit like that?
Yeah, got a whole clothing
nigga, you ain't
line.
bring me none.
Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even know I was doing this shit.
I'm fucking with you.
No, we gonna get you. We gonna get you right though. We gonna get you right for sure. But nah, we got the Junkies. That's the brand. It's like, it is like my merch brand, but it's also a clothing brand as a whole.
That's hard.
Also, yeah. So we got merch, like even on tour we had like custom shit for every school.
That's hard.
That shit.
That's hard. That's dope.
Shout out to Junkies label, shop the brand, and 8990. That's a brand I got with my bro Beezy in Houston, and that shit going crazy out there. So yeah.
So do you tap back in with Houston? Like
yeah.
Back in? You go back home and shit?
Last week.
For sure.
Yeah, I go home a lot, and my you know, my kids stay out there, and my dog and shit. So I be having to go.
That's hard.
At least once every. You know what I'm saying? I can't go too long without going out there.
So So you said you have kids. How many kids you got?
One, well, two if you include my dog.
Okay.
Yeah,
for sure.
I got a little girl and two baby girls.
I already know that make you go hard, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah,
and that be another thing, man. I be needing to reset because this shit be crazy sometimes, especially like just dealing with all this shit and like being in fucking Hollywood, and you know what I'm saying? It's like being in LA, you dealing with Hollywood and the music industry.
So explain that in terms of that. Like when you say you're dealing with that and that, like, you know what I mean? Like, is it a different type of vibe? Like, you know what I mean? Weird vibes or like, you know what I mean? For a nigga like me, I'm in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah,
I don't be in Hollywood like
that. It's very weird.
For sure.
It's like nothing is real. You know what I'm saying? It's literally like just like a fantasy world, kinda. And a lot of people.
I mean, that's all we seen growing up, like, you know, Hollywood. Exactly. You know.
But a lot of people get out there and they like fall into the fantasy,
right?
Know, rather than seeing it for what it really is and just maneuvering through it. And then they end up crashing. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And I seen that shit happen a lot.
Damn.
A lot. LA will eat you up and shit you out right back to where you came from.
Damn.
For real.
Damn.
That's why even like when I tell people how long I've been there, they be like, for real? I remember when I was about to move from Houston, so many people was like, yeah, you gonna come right back. I'm like, damn, don't project your shortcomings on me.
And you still been out there, so like, yeah, it's just about how you move.
Yeah, and it's only going up, you know what I'm saying? Of course it's ups and downs, and you know, it's been times where it's just been all bad, like for sure. I ain't gonna act like it's just all good all the time, but like, nah, man, if you really got a purpose and you walking in your purpose, you really can't ever lose. You know what I'm saying?
Going into 2024, man, how we looking, man? You know what I mean? Like what we thinking about doing, what we got plans to do, you know what I mean? 2024, it's gonna be a good year though.
It's gonna be
I feel it.
Well, we got the second half of this tour.
When does it start back up?
It's like end of January or mid-January probably. And I got another album I'm getting ready to drop. It's called The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Explain. Where did the name come from? Like, you know what I mean?
That's actually a movie, an old-ass movie, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
An old Dolly Parton movie.
Okay. My
manager actually put me onto it because, like, if, you know, anybody, I guess we could talk about it. Like, you know, don't know my background. Like, I was pimping, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
At a point in my life.
Okay.
So like she had said something about that, like just a joking, and I was like, what? She like, you never seen that movie? I'm like, nah. And she like made me watch that whole. I was like,
what's the name of the movie again? I'm gonna watch that shit.
Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Okay. All right.
I was like, I was just thinking, I was like, man.
That's actually hard
really,
as fuck for like a title. Like that's hard as hell.
You know? Especially because I'm from Texas and I'm a pimp, so that shit makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, that shit. That's my next album. We just started working on that shit like a couple days ago.
So how do you, like, in terms of like the producers you work with, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the vibe? How would you categorize like your sound? Like, you know what I mean? Because like you said, you can really, really rap and you can do the melodic shit. You know what I mean? So how would you categorize like what you do?
It's funny because I just be like, man, my shit all over the place. And I like it like that.
Right.
You know? And that's why I drop these different projects and different albums with different themes and shit. And even sometimes within one project, I'll make it like a journey. Like, it's not going to be, because one thing I do not like, a lot of rappers now, you rapping niggas need to listen to this. Niggas put out albums and it sound like a playlist. Right. It's just like the same song.
That's why I asked you that question, because I didn't want you to explain like how your sound was.
Yeah,
you know
I don't. Yeah,
I like the answer. It's all over the place.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I like to do different shit.
You don't want to put yourself in a box. You feel me? Like, my sound is this. Like, nah, bro.
Hell
you know what I mean? You an artist. Like, it's artistry. Like, you do everything. You know what I mean? So that was a great answer.
And you want to keep the door open, because like I feel like if I make one certain sound, it's like, if you play a certain character in a movie, you end up getting typecast. Now, this is all you can play.
Facts. You know, that's why Chris Tucker didn't want to do. He didn't want to be Smokey.
Yeah, he's like, nah, that's not about to be me. You know, and I appreciate that, because as an artist, we do this to express ourselves, and that way that you felt, even if this song went crazy, that's not how you feel all the time. Niggas be sick of these songs because it be a motherfucker that had a hit. They got to perform it for just that song for the next 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Although it pays good.
It pays. You know?
Right.
But sometimes that can like drive you crazy, because you like, man, I got other shit. Y'all not even trying to hear that shit. You know what I mean? So for me, I try to like just make sure I keep it diverse and versatile. And even with like working with different producers, I let them niggas know, like, yo, don't send me nothing that sound like none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't never want to fall in line, because honestly, it's easy to like just naturally do that. You know, subconsciously you hear something in your head and you just gonna just naturally just, you know, it's gonna come back out. Right. So I try to even stay away from listening to too much of the craziness that they be putting out, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. So growing up, were you into anything else besides music, like sports or anything? Did you play sports?
Yeah, I played basketball.
Okay. Like, speaking of basketball, man, let's go into it, man. Draymond Green, dog. Draymond Green, bro. Getting kicked out of getting kicked out of the league indefinitely. Like, goddamn, bro. I seen this reel that they had, bro. That was like, bro, you seen the reel, bro?
The highlight
reel?
Bro,
I did not know he kicked that nigga in the ass, bro. I was like, damn, Draymond.
The nigga been wilding for years.
Yeah, bro. I fuck with Golden State, though. Like, that's my team, bro. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and it's crazy because, like, at first, it started out as like, okay, we like him because it's like a Dennis Rodman. Like, you know, we need that attitude and somebody to be the bully. But then, once you start doing that shit like OD, now it becomes detrimental to the team. Like, the Warriors don't even look like the Warriors right now. But that's not.
When
I'm
they
not
first started, like earlier this season, when it first, like with Chris Paul coming there and stuff like that, I thought it was a good look. Like, they were in sync. Like, everybody was playing like hell.
Let me tell you why I knew it wasn't. Because they looked good.
They looked good the first season game.
Klay Thompson.
Damn, bro.
He been bumming it up. He been bumming it up, and I like Klay. But
Klay, my dog, bro. But I don't want to say he washed though, bro. I think he can get it back.
I don't think he's quite washed yet, but he shit. They loading up the washing machine for sure.
Right. Who you think gonna take the chip though? Cause you got Giannis. He just scored a 64 ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was crazy.
I don't see them winning at all.
You don't think they gonna win?
They need some time to get together, because that's like two superstars that's too big.
Dame and
they got
Giannis. I think that's a good look though.
Yet.
I mean, I thought the Suns was gonna look better than what they look, and
they can't stay healthy.
Yeah, fact.
They can't stay healthy. But honestly,
Bron and them look good though, dog. Like, the Lakers, they coming into their own. Yeah, I think they may do. They
might do something, but. All right, just for a biased answer, I'm gonna say the Rockets.
Come on,
I would love to see it happen,
man. Please, Rockets, man. Come on, dog. You just like you said, biased.
My boy is hooping, man.
Man,
but honestly, I wouldn't be like, for right now. All right, because out the West, I'm gonna say Denver. They still the most complete team to me. Like, if you just watch them play.
What about the Timberwolves though? You got Ant-Man going crazy right now.
I think they need another year. I think they need another year.
For sure.
I think they need another year. And I got out the East, I think it's gonna be either Philly or Boston.
I was gonna say Philly. Philly look good.
Philly look good.
Boston always like, they always gonna do their thing, but they just can't. They just can't like. I don't know. They just can't follow through.
And I'm not sure. I don't know. It seems like the chemistry between Tatum and Jaylen Brown is not really all the way there.
One of them gotta get traded.
Somebody gotta go.
Somebody gotta go.
And it sucks because they just gave bro a stupid bag, so it ain't gonna be him.
Facts.
My boy JT gonna have to pack it
up. This shit crazy, man. But man, I appreciate you coming to vibe with Vito, man. Like I said, man, you got the album out. Tell the people where they can find you, all platforms and stuff like that.
Follow me, call me Squalla, call me Squalla. That's on everything. And shit, go listen to my shit on Tidal, Apple Music, YouTube, Pandora, all that shit. We ain't gonna say the motherfucking name.
For sure, man. Look, man, it's been another episode of Vibing with Vito. I'm here with my dog, man. We gone.